Hello, we are now on page 3. We have 2.1.2, proper and improper fractions. And we're going to talk about how to convert from an improper fraction to a mixed number, from a mixed number to an improper fraction. We'll start by taking an improper fraction, like, let's say, 8/5, and we're going to turn it into a mixed number. The first thing we do is we divide the denominator, that bottom number, into the numerator. So we take 5 into 8 in this example, goes in once, and we'll do our remainder. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, we're left with 3. So the quotient, that's the result of the division, that's this part on top, is the whole number part of the mixed number. The remainder, that's that 3 on the bottom in this case, is the numerator, the top number of the fractional part of the mixed number, and the number that we divided by, that 5, which is the divisor, is the denominator of the fractional part. The way I remember it is it's like a clock. It starts at the top, and it goes clockwise, 1 3/5. Notice that I always write my fractions stacked, because if I write something like this, it's hard to tell if that's 1 3/5 or 13/5. So I'm definitely going to stack my fractions like I did right there. Okay, so some examples. Let's start with number 1, 235/3. I'm going to ask you to pause the video, take a moment, and figure out 235/3. If you struggled, no worries. We're going to go over a few harder examples, and then you can go back and do that first example. So 235/13. Let's look at that one. Almost the same problem, but now we have a double-digit divisor. It's a little trickier to work with, but we can do it. Let's take 235. 13 goes into, well, it goes into 23 once. 1 times 13, bring down the 5. 13 into 105. This one's kind of hard. So let's suppose it goes in, let's say 6 times. That's our guess. I'll even do it in a different color because it's just a guess right now. 6 times 13. Well, 6 times 13 happens to be 78. So we'll subtract 78. And we realize we kind of got it wrong. We have 27 left over. How do we know we got it wrong? Because the 27 is bigger than the divisor, than the 13. If the remainder is bigger than the divisor, I'd be writing 16 and 27/13. It's not correct. But I notice, hey, 13 goes into that 2 more times. So my answer should be 8 up here, not 6. I'll erase. Now I know my answer is 18. So 8 times 13 happens to be 104. Subtract. We're left with a remainder of 1. My answer is 18 and 1/13. So even if you don't know how to get the number the first time, we just kind of work through it until we've got it figured out, until this is a proper fraction. If this is improper, you got the quotient wrong. Example 3, let's do 51/4. Again, feel free to pause the video and do this one on your own. I'm not going to work through it, but I will tell you that the answer is 12 3/4. Okay. Let's take a look at some special cases. So example 4, we'll take a look at 123/3. Okay, this seems okay. We'll try to do the same thing that we did before. Take 3 into subtract, we bring it down, 3 goes into 3 once, exactly once, with no remainder. This means that my answer is 41 and 0 thirds, which is just 41. It's not a mixed number. It's just a whole number. So we can convert improper fractions to mixed numbers most of the time, but sometimes the improper fraction just becomes a whole number. Another example, we have 116 over 4, 14. Let's do 14. 116 over 14. Feel free to pause the video or come back later and do this one. You should get an answer of 8 2/7. And then number 6, we'll take a look at 17 out of 31. And I want you to think about why we're having trouble converting this improper fraction, I'll give you a big hint there, to a mixed number. What's wrong with this starting number? Okay, give those some thought, and I'll see you on the next video.